Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Ready or the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Happy September 1st, Mosh Pit. Thank you all very much for all the support in August. It was a great month. Oh man, I can't wait to see what this 9th month of the year holds. And also I want to apologize for the confusion on yesterday's question of the episode. That one was actually taken from the wrong episode. I had the dates mixed up. Today's will be what was supposed to be yesterday's question of the episode, which was the Invicta Unhinged video. But before we get to that, of course, here's your meme of the day. Sorry about the confusion. Brought to you by Dave since 2010. Title of the thread was episode 786, it's Invicta's Surprise. And yes, I had no idea that Kane's other eye could actually have a sword. And now we know. And now it's slightly less crappy on the tier scale, or the tier list, but not that much more. C-Day is going to be Haba Hotel Tango 1, Mike Lima, Foxtrot 8. We've got the Jar of Everything, terrible shot speed, good tiers, good damage, bad movement speed too, real bad. But yeah, sorry about that confusion there. Essentially, I just got the dates mixed up. I looked one day too far forward, and that kind of screwed me a little bit up on the old dates there. But today's question of the episode will be what was supposed to be yesterday's. So, and the Jar of Everything is an interesting starting item. Not what I would say is the best, but it's certainly, yeah, it can be okay for the golden bombs. We kind of talked about it a little bit. We need to be actually pretty careful here with these bombs. So no. See, the thing is that you need to be careful with the bombs, Isaac. Here we have enough damage to basically four-shot these bomb spiders. The secret room should be there. Just totally missed. All right. But yeah, our movement speed. My gosh, what is going on? Everything in this freaking run is just blowing up. Our movement speed is going to be one of our biggest downfalls right now. We need to make sure that we get a solid amount of mobility in order to survive the early game stage with this movement speed. If we're not going to get movement speed, we need to get flying. Treasure map would be great, of course. We certainly have the ability to get some, especially if we get inside of the secret room, which is right there. Why did we not get this penny? Is this something that we can maybe get some help with? No, we just didn't pick it up. All right, fair enough. Yeah, it would have been really helpful if one of these bomb spiders had hit the secret room, so we wouldn't have to use a bomb to get in there. Obviously, bait and switch. Bait and switch is okay. It's not really going to be anything, in my opinion, that's going to be groundbreaking for this run. But having a golden bomb might be, though. So that's what we're kind of working towards with this Jar of Everything play here. Now, we could take a Soul Heart, and it's really hard to pass that up, but the treasure map is a little bit more important, in my opinion, than the Soul Heart. So there's a golden heart. So we need one more, I believe, one more charge, and then we will get the golden bomb to pay out from the Jar of Everything, or Everything Jar. It's one of those two. So we'll get the little charm effect here from Mom's eyeshadow, which is fine. You could argue maybe we should have taken bait and switch for the DPS against Little Horn. Again, if we had done that, then we wouldn't have a chance to get with the golden bomb. So while I understand that sort of, and I know that I'm kind of straw manning here, but I understand that level of thinking. However, I still think that this is going to be just a better play. Actually, it was a golden key, not a golden bomb, so I apologize about that. Temperance machine. We still know where the secret room is, so that's where we're gonna go. And we can even drop the temperance machine here. I'm not gonna play it because we don't have enough HP to really make a difference. But you figure you're probably going to get some HP out of that anyway. And as you see here with the secret room, we are able to get enough money, sufficient enough to get us a treasure map without us having to bomb the donation machine. So good. And then we have a golden key, which will be a golden bomb. And then after that, we can go to the glitched item and maybe get lucky with the payout. We'll see. And sure, we'll take Miosotis just for the heck of it. Another thing that kind of screwed me up for the question of the day yesterday was the fact that it was, again, one of those questions, much like the one previous to it. It was one of those questions where YouTube ate my comment, and it was actually Colin Walker 6804 who did the double duty and did back-to-back days of claiming the question of the day for me. So thank you again to Colin for taking up the reins. I really do appreciate that. And that's not your fault. That's my fault for getting turned around there. But that also contributed to me not being a little bit confused as to what the date was. So first off, we're going to get this glitched item possibly. And yeah, it wasn't a glitched item, but it paid out with a whole bunch of glitched items. Yeah, a whole bunch of bombs and keys. Yeah, we'll take it. How many hearts were in there? One. One is not enough to make a Demon Judgment play happen, in my opinion. So, but going over to the question of the day from last Thursday, not last Friday, again for the aforementioned reasons, was on a scale of 1 to 10, how unhinged was this episode? And that was the Sinvicta unhinged episode, obviously. And there weren't a lot of replies because, again, with the confusion in the YouTube comments and blah blah blah, yeah, some people didn't know which thread was what. But we did have some responses in either way, and they were quite good. Because the commentary for that episode was it was something, all right. By the way, if you didn't see that unhinged episode, you need to. If not, if you don't watch it, at least listen to it, because that's about as manic as I get. And for the record, I wasn't really manic. I'm just saying, like, I was just being silly. It wasn't actually manic. But it was unhinged as all get out. So the top most upvoted one was actually from Colin himself, who said, for me, I'd have to say a 7. It was weird and wacky, but also a lot of fun. The varied runs with both normal Eden and greedy are always a joy to watch. Thank you very much, Colin. I can't believe I actually dodged all that while still reading and looking on the other monitor. That's kind of impressive, actually. I impressed myself. The second most upvoted comment came from Christopher Harsh. 4352 said, if it's not a 10, it's a 9.9 on the unhinged scale. Thank you very much, Christopher. Yeah, it was something, all right. It definitely wasn't. Thankfully, it's not a regular occurrence of unhingedness. But I'm glad that people did find some entertainment out of it, especially with the double run, of course. Then last but not least was the third most upvoted was from Sodaft, I should say. Sodaft9625, who said, don't know what unhinged is, not gonna lie, lol. So I'll just rate this episode with a yes. And edit PS, not saying it was bad, it was really fun. Thank you very much, Sodaft. I appreciate that. Yeah, there are times when, like, my brain is just like either by way of being just super tired or just not paying attention or just being out of it. Sometimes where I'm just like, the commentary is kind of like, I hope I can turn this into good, but it really depends on what the game does to me today. And that was one of those episodes that really was kind of like, it was out there. I mean, it was way out there. So we're not going to be able to get a devil deal here, or at least not with 2 HP, unless we get a third one from Haunt. Of course, it's contingent on us not getting hit, which we shouldn't, but with our movement speed, it's hard to tell. Get a range upgrade. We really cannot take a devil deal. Okay, we can, but it would kill us if we hit the spike. Unless if I didn't take Guppy's head. Really want Guppy's head. But at the same time, I really don't trust this game. I really don't. Something that has been a plague, for me anyway, is... And I realize that it might seem stupid to just... Why are you not taking a Guppy item? But you have to keep in mind how dumb this game is sometimes, and the fact that if you take an item pedestal item... Oh, well, now it doesn't matter. But if you take an item pedestal item and you replace an active item with another active item, it will bounce you off of that item into the spikes. So, yeah. But now it doesn't matter as long as we can get back into the devil deal. We can get Guppy's head, and then it doesn't matter if we get bounced into the spikes. Has to stay open, though, and it's not, of course, because that would just be too good. So we'll just head on down. Curse of Lost. This is going to cost us one of our lives here, but we will at least get a chance to get something. Vengeful Spirit is... I mean, it definitely is something. It's not great, but it's something. And bomb this. We're gonna have to do the room anyway, just because that's just how it works. Probably shouldn't have bombed myself there. I was just trying to make it to where I didn't have to do this room, but I get for being lazy. Or maybe I was just doing this super incredible uber elite strategy where I knew that I was gonna get an item, and I just want to get more Vengeful Soul DPS out. Yeah, take that. Write that in your Prima Tiger Guide. Right. We do take the Soul Heart here as part of the cash in for the everything jar. I was not expecting there to be just nothing in front of me. Thought I was gonna get stopped there by something, and just walked right forward. We do get a sack room. The sack room is kind of useless with us having only 1 HP essentially. Although we do have 9 lives, it would be very foolish to lose all of our lives just on one sacrifice room. Don't do that. It's not smart. It's not a winning survival strategy. Get a death card, which we'll probably save for the next floor. Well, next big room anyway. We could use it in here, but I'm just not going to. And you know what? At least Vengeful Soul has Spectral Tears. You know, we can sort of use them in a way. And they don't do a lot of damage, but hey, it's more damage than we were doing before by shooting into the wall. Check the sack room real quick just to see if there's anything in there that we care about. There's not. We could possibly bomb those skulls. I think that our bombs are worth a little bit more than that. Yeah. I mean, if anything, if we're going the wrong way, we can at least back out, so... By the way, Cursed Lost after getting treasure map law. There's your bingo. Anyone bingo yet? Bingo? No? No? The bingo, they can't be artificial. They have to be organic. I can't just have like, oh, Invicta says sissy, and then like say, oh, here you go, sissy, you know, like it's got to be organic. Like we gotta stay fair, you know. Now I don't know what the prizes are for winning a bingo, but if you play bingo, if you play this Invicta bingo, you know what? Post them on the Reddit if you actually do get a bingo. We did have somebody a few years ago get a bingo. In like, I think that was like the Afterbirth days. So it does happen. Not often, but it happens. Really? Okay. Rights kind of took care of themselves here as we still look for our item room and shop. Now the question is going to become, are we going to take another glitched item here? And I guess we kind of have to, unless we go for the golden bomb, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But honestly, I was kind of surprised about the glitch the last time we used it. Kind of impressed, actually. So there's a little bit of an advantage there of having the door stop. Did we go down here? Did not. Opening up lots of Pokemon 151, the Japanese set, which is going to be migrated over to the US version, or the global version, I should say, for Pokemon later on, I think this month. Moshpit's been having a lot of fun with that. Honestly, this could be kind of Pog if we get the Petrified Poop. I didn't know that Everything Jar could do this. Cardio penny. Cardio coin's fine. I had no idea that the glitch function of the Everything Jar could do this. I thought it just either gave you an item or nothing. So this is news to me. Now imagine a world where we gain maximum payouts in a very, very short amount of time with like Nun's Habit, Car battery, 9 volt. I mean, obviously car battery doesn't have anything to do with the charge, but you know, getting a double charge, 9 volt, jumper cables, like all that stuff would be pretty nice. Charge penny would be another one. I could definitely see some potential here with this item because it's not an item that I really talk about all that much. Tiny Toma. Tiny Toma. Really? Okay. I'm not doing this room. It's not a hard room, but it's just not a room that I feel like doing. That, take the piggy bank. I will actually buy this full charge here because I'm curious to see now what other goodies the maximum payout of everything jar can offer us. But that being said, these pickups are not going to help us out with stats. We need damage, we need tears, we need movement speed really badly. It's the same old, age-old concept. Versus Invicta Eden run. We just need more. Excuse me. They actually stuck us against the door because of... I couldn't move because of doorstop. Kind of mad about it. Got movement speed, okay. I'm mad about that at least. Alright, so we're one away from payout of the glitched item. First room down there. I guess it's not really a glitched item, it's like a glitched function. I don't even know what to describe it as. Does external information mod say anything? Triggers a powerful random effect at 12 charges. Huh. What would be a powerful random effect? Oh, okay, yeah. Anarchist Cookbook, yeah, super powerful game. You know the really powerful 12 charge effect, like, you know, the 3 charge Anarchist Cookbook? Yeah, that one. Super powerful. Money is staying pretty hot for us. We got our keys back. Get Fool card and High Priestess. Those charm tears that you see are coming from Mom's eyeshadow, and they do an adequate job at clearing things. You're not touching my everything jar. Now, if we really wanted to, we could go into the boss trap room, by way of losing this HP to either the sacrifice room or the boss. Since we have this Fool card, I'm very tempted, and we should get something out of there. Hopefully, it's like HP or damage or something. We did get a little bit of movement speed, which is great. Not gonna deny that. It's fantastic. Diplopia is very interesting here. Diplopia is super interesting here. As we get a guppy item in a devil deal, assuming that we get one on this floor, we could be looking at all our status, or we could get something even better. Okay. Yeah, nice random effect there, game. All right, see everything jar. This is the reason why you're not considered good. So, any goodwill that you may have earned on this run is now almost gone because you just gave us the same crappy effect back to back. Like, if you want to be considered a big time player, you got to step up and make big time plays. giving us the Anarchist Cookbook after passing up soul hearts and golden bombs and keys and stuff is decidedly not big time player status. That is big time disappointment status. Just in case you wanted to know what the criteria for being a big time player is on this team, just letting you know. A neat trick, Bambino. Or neat. Try that again. Didn't think so. So I'm gonna get damage up here with consolation prize, bomb, and a Krampus fight. The coal would be nice, but I mean, I wouldn't turn down the head of Krampus, to be honest. Got a lump of coal. We don't need to go to the sacrifice room to lose our soul heart because we've already. Now we didn't technically go into the item room, thanks to us using the doorstop. So that should, I believe, contribute to planetarium status. But see, yeah, as a damage upgrade, not good enough for me to go and use Diplopia in there, but if there's a Guppy item in here, then we'll definitely do it. It's gonna cost us another one of our another one of our lives. Maybe not. And I think we just go take Diplopia here. Could pick up 5 keys as well for 15 cents, which is a really, really, really good deal, but not good enough for me. Especially since we don't need keys right now. That's kind of the big thing. Curse the Unknown. Yeah, we pretty much got to do this. Humbling Bundle and everything else. Use a Stars card. We get Sad Bombs, which is really disappointing. Sad Bombs aren't bad, of course, but we really, really need to start getting some stats here. We are no longer in the we're doing fine phase of our stats. But Chubb, you can have this room. Unless if you do that stupidly, then, well, honestly, you get what you deserve. Scorpio helping us out and poisoning stuff, which is nice. Of course, we get that nice little damage bonus from our acquisition of Lump of Coal. We pretty much have to go in curse rooms because of Diplopia and Guppy. I don't like the idea. Devil card, call in, devil card to my head, yeah. This is a spoof on Devilman by Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie was not one of those, and White Zombie included, was not one of those bands that like I got huge into. Yeah, like he's got a couple songs that are like, yeah, this is pretty good, but overall, I've never considered Rob Zombie to be one of my favorite artists, or White Zombie for that matter. I mean, there's a couple of bangers, like Dragula is a very underrated banger, I think. It took me almost like way too long to realize that Dragula was in the original Matrix as well for the soundtrack. I did not even see that spider there. Like Dragula, my favorite song, and I think the best Rob Zombie / White Zombie song that is out there is definitely Super Beast. I think that song is the most metal song he's got. Black Sun is real good. I do like More Human Than Human, even though it's really, really, really played out. More Human Than Human is still a good song. There's a couple of songs that I like. I'm like, yeah, you know, in passing, like I'll check them out. I got way more into Power Man 5000, Rob Zombie's younger brother, Spider. Power Man 5000 was back in the day, man. When Worlds Collide, before it got played in like every single movie trailer that you could possibly think of. And Car Crash, Supernova goes pop, like that. They're like Power Man 5000's debuted. Their debut album was something I have not heard in a long time. Like they were up there like Static X back in the day. By the way, shout out game. Yes, I realize that you've given us no devil deals since we've acquired Diplopia, so good on you for that. Appreciate it. You know, you have a reputation to maintain, so, you know. Go ahead and I believe the kids say, get that paper, boo-boo. Is that what they say? No? No one says that anymore? No? Okay. And taking full advantage of us having the doorstop here. What was our range? We got good range. So kind of mad that those spikes don't go away after you've destroyed the room. At this point, I'm just looking for any excuse to use Diplopia, whether it be on a Devil Deal item or, like, you know, just Soul Hearts. This run's not phenomenal right now. Yeah, we take Tech 2 all day. Tech 2 is going to solve a lot of our, not damage problems, but definitely a lot of our mobility, not mobility problems. It's going to solve a lot of our damage problems. Allows us to deal. It allows us to deal damage from afar, while also maximizing the amount of damage bonus that we get from Lump of Coal. We end up getting something like Spectral Tears or even Piercing Shots that turns Tech 2 into an absolute monster. And we still maintain the effects of Scorpio, so it's a all-around good upgrade for us, but we need more, though. A lot more. Hive Mind. Gonna take Soul Heart here. All right, so I have a very, very, very high shot at getting an Angel Deal here. Technically speaking, we should get something. Now, whether we do or not is going to be a completely different story. You're trying not to hold on to Diplopia beat too long here, but sometimes like the opportunity for Diplopia plays just do not present themselves. It's less than ideal sometimes. Yeah, look at this. Tech 2 absolutely mowing down all the Isaac Gapers in here. Demons are being excised by pure technology. Beautiful. All right, well, let's see if we can get some help here. Mama. The red mom, if you couldn't tell. Try to do that delay thing. We get an angel deal. The mind, which, I mean, the mind is okay. Okay. Not really feeling Lamb on this one, I'm going to be honest. We don't have the DPS to really hang with them. I do see an opportunity here, though, thus being able to bomb our way into the boss trap room. And that could be diplopiable. Could be diplopia worthy. Of course, for that to happen, we would need to gain access in there, and the game just said, screw you, so never mind. Because for some odd reason, the game will open up everything but where you want to go whenever you do get a boss fight inside of the secret room. And yeah, all right, might as well go into that curse room here to maybe get a devil deal item. Yeah, that's a funny game. Yep. Yep. All right. That has cemented my feeling on not going for Lamb here. Even though we need the damage, it's an incremental damage upgrade at best because of Tech 2, and it does help us with Lump of Coal. I mean, Tech 2 doesn't lower your damage anymore in terms of your damage, but it lowers your DPS because your tier's down. All right, so at least we know where we need to go. Now the big question is, will we or will we not get Guppy? And, go ahead and leave that one up to you, the scholars of the mosh pit. I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is probably no. Hoping that we would charm one of the monsters and they would just hit each other in the back. All right. Hook in solid. Just imagine. I want you to close your eyes and imagine where we would be without Tech 2 on this run. We'd be in a lot worse shape, I can tell you that. Keep those keys. I wasn't really meaning on killing you there, but you insisted. Yeah, obviously, we need to get some help here for a devil deal. Guppy Hive Mind would be quite nice with Tech 2, but if it ain't in the cards, it ain't in the cards, baby. Ooh boy. All right. 1 HP in a dream. Here we go. Don't worry, Isaac. We're going to make it. We only have one bomb left. And we're going to save that for hopefully a nice hit on Mom's heart, but yeah. Us getting through Mom's heart and getting a devil deal and it also having 2 Guppy items in there is going to be quite the stretch. And now we're getting to the point where we don't even care about Guppy. We just want to survive at this point. Time, because why not? Oh, so my mistake. We're only at Womb 1. How foolish of me. About as close as it gets for spikes. They get HP, so that is going to give us meat, bit of damage, and we get 2 guppy items, baby. Wow. The Diplopia paid off. I am actually shocked. Did anyone audibly cheer right there? Because wow, that is incredible. The fact that we were able to do that after holding on to Diplopia for how long? Wow. So if you don't know what just happened there, if you're like, hang on a second, buddy, how come you got 2 Guppy's paws, but that counted as 3 Guppy items? Well, Cletus, is because if you have Diplopia or any other method of duplicating a Guppy item that you have not touched before, this goes for all transformations, by the way, it will count as that other item. So irregardless of the fact that it is the same item that you've already seen, it will still count as a second Guppy item. Blood of the Martyr as well. Yeah. Yeah, see, now we're getting all the damage here. I see your game. Unfortunately, we cannot blow our way through to the other side of the sack room, but it wouldn't really matter because it's going in the wrong way anyway. I'm still shook by the fact that we were able to get Guppy after pretty much writing off our possibility of doing so as almost nothing. Always believe, kids. Just remember that. Always believe. God, it's a tinted rock. We haven't seen one of those since '06. A jail free card. I'll just say, well, just some options. We could go fight Mega Stanley if we really wanted to. There you go, Guppy Flies. Get in there and get you some. Get in there and get you some. We miss Hush by 3.5 minutes, but that's okay. Nice way to kick off the weekend here, September. And if this is what September has to offer us for surprises, I don't think we're ready. Get Guppy's tail. So we would have gotten Guppy anyway. Use the cherry card to get out for free, of course. Now we also could use this get out of jail free card to get into the oh wow, that's so good. Into the secret room. Then it goes for the super secret room. I'm not going to do that, though. Simply just go back and bomb it now. Do wish we had more movement speed. Do wish we had more shot speed and tears rate. But our damage is fantastic. Almost 12. About as close as you can get without being 12. And this is definitely where we would have loved to have had the Everything Jar. But Everything Jar was... that was old news at this point. That is one aspect about that item that, you know, being able to spawn, and really this goes for any items that allow you to spawn an item pedestal, it can be invaluable in secret rooms or anywhere that has any sort of naturally occurring reroll machines. Especially secret rooms, because then, you know, you've got the best Some of the best items in the game at your fingertips. You just gotta get lucky. Wow, there's another. The mom hands. Looking for a tinted rock. Not gonna have it. We're smoking this damage here with Lump of Coal, especially. Watch this damage. Yeah. Good stuff. Guppy flies. Mowing Isaac down. And again, it's pretty impressive with how well this run ended up coming together. Libra is interesting. I don't know if this is going to work in our favor here. Dogtooth, Super Bandage, Rotten Tomato. I mean, it is going to give us more tears. I don't know if that increases our damage though, because we lose a lot of that burst damage. But I guess we do gain a lot of tears, so maybe it worked out. What? I saw you explode, sir. The Bobby, no thank you. Unfortunate that we don't have the gap bridge down there. As you can see with this damage, even after getting Libra and having it lower our... I guess technically it didn't lower our DPS. We're still doing as much damage as we were. We actually might be doing a little bit more. We're still fine. Brittle Bones. Brittle Bones makes things interesting here with our tears rate. We do get the Delirium Portal. Kind of want to go fight Megastan, though. Now, the reason why Brittle Bones is interesting is because, A, obviously it gives us a huge tears up, and B, it does break the tears cap, which also allows Libra to go over the cap, which means that we're able to get more stats from Libra. Apparently you can't deal... I thought you could deal contact damage to Stanley. Apparently not. Huh, I did not know that. It's just sick. Maybe it's the phase 2 Stanley that deals contact damage to you. Nope, that was just the shots. Yeah, those are just the shots hitting us. So we've now maxed out our Brittle Bones tears rate. Down goes Stanley, no problem at all. And there's no Delirium. Well, that was quite the run, I've got to say. The Guppy acquisition was really surprising. We would have gotten Guppy anyway, of course. And, you know, sometimes your due diligence with the curse rooms definitely pays out. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. For today's question of the episode, when is your favorite time to use Diplopia? Are you willing to wait for an entire run up until the chest? Do you rip it immediately? Do you wait for a good shop, or do you wait for a good secret room or a devil deal? Post them in the comments down below. The top 3 comments that will receive the most upvotes will be read on next week's episode. Have a great start to your weekend, everybody, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like to thank some patrons of mine like Janice, Zombie Fingers, Their Shooty01, and Christian Arup. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.